Welcome back to the Above Par Golf Podcast. Today I'm here. I'm joined by Jack. Jack is sitting very close to me today.
Yes, lad.
What's going on? You okay?
Not bad, mate. You?
I'm all right. I'm good. I'm really good. We're in a bit of a different setting than normal today.
I was going to say it's a bit different today. Isn't it?
Very different. We're in a beautiful house.
Yeah, it is a serious gaff.
Yeah, it's really nice, and we're here, and we've got a very special guest today. Join us.
Thank you.
You're welcome, mate. Alfie Warke, the 13-year-old future Masters champion.
Future career Grand Slam, 1 year Grand Slam.
1 year, yeah? 1 year Grand Slam. We've already started.
That is better than,
Okay, I love that.
Got
right, Alfie, welcome to the podcast. I've been talking with Dad, David. David's obviously in the room. And for a couple of months now, I've wanted to get you on. You actually messaged me on TikTok saying, I want to come on the podcast. Here we are a few months later. Finally, we managed to set a date and we do it. Yeah. And I couldn't be happier. It's nice to finally meet you. I've heard you're a little bit good at golf. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm a 4.1 at 13, so I'm pretty good.
That's not bad, is it?
Take that.
Apparently, normally, like, if, for example, Jack is off 11, but...
Trying to get single figures.
But everybody at the golf course complains about Jack, and they call him a bandit. And Jack's like, no, I'm not a bandit. You haven't seen me play golf. I'm not a bandit. I'm actually in 11 handicap. But you call yourself a bandit.
Yes.
Which is not, you don't hear that every day.
That's scary being a 4.1, isn't it?
So you're off 4.1 and you're calling yourself a bandit.
Yeah, 4.1, that's definitely my higher round now. Like round bow, I'm getting off the whites, under pars. Like if I shoot 4 over, I've not been playing well.
That's crazy.
For anybody that doesn't know, Alfie, obviously 13-year-old, unbelievable junior golfer. Is it fair to say that you're an elite junior?
Oh yeah, I'd say that's fair. I mean, there's only one junior in the country that's my age that's actually better than me.
Who's that?
We don't want to give him any light.
Whoa.
We don't want to
Call him out.
Call him out.
Okay, right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, obviously, I want to be chasing to be better than him. Like, it's nice to be the second best.
Yeah.
But I want to be the best. I want to be better than him.
Fair enough. And how do you do that?
Practice. Every day I practice and he's not. I'm getting a day ahead of him. Practicing.
Mate, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Listen, we've been doing the podcast for 2 minutes,
mate,
and I already know where I'm going wrong.
Yeah, mate, I love it. What's your usual week? So, say start from Monday through to Sunday. What's your usual week looking to try and be a better golfer?
So Monday, get up 6 o'clock, get to the gym. Gym's only like 5 minutes away. Go to the gym 45 minutes an hour. Get back home, do my stretches, have a shower. Go to school. Then from school, I get changed in the car. 4 o'clock on Monday, I'll go straight to the golf course, and we'll probably play 11 holes because around Bow it's like an 11-hole loop.
Yeah.
Then I'll probably practice my putting, go on the range, and that normally takes till about 8 o'clock. Tuesday, the same morning routine every single day up till Friday. Tuesday, I'll probably have my lesson, and after that, about 5:30, I'll tee off, play 11 holes again. Then after that, I'll go putting. Wednesday, luckily, I get half a day off school. So at 1:35, my dad picks me up so I can play 18 at Bow, have an on-course lesson. And then after that, I'll probably go to the range, go to the putting green, go home, do my stretches. Thursday, actually, I say that's my day off.
So you don't do nothing on
just
Thursday?
Chill Thursday.
I stretch on Thursday.
Okay, fair enough.
I stretch in the morning.
Friday, obviously, you do the pretty much same
yeah,
stuff?
I go straight to the golf course on Friday, yeah.
Yeah, and then Saturday, Sunday, I'm guessing you're playing golf?
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday. I'll probably play a par 3 in the morning. It's called Nail Coat. That's normally Sunday morning.
We spoke about this on the last episode.
Yes, I nearly got the course record last week.
Wait, I need to ask, is that like one of the best par 3 courses in the country?
It says it's the hardest par 3 in the UK.
No way.
It does.
I told you last time.
How far away is that from here?
That is like 50 minutes, to be fair.
Yeah,
but
is it towards Coventry? Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
we spoke about this on the last episode, and we would love to go and play like a par 3 course. And you nearly got the course record there.
Yeah, so the amateur course record was set by Aaron Rye, who
No way.
who last week was tied second by a shot.
Yeah.
This week he's tied second by 2 shots.
Yeah.
But he's still got today to go.
He's due a win.
Yeah.
Amateur course record through 9 was 3 under. I shot 2 under last week through 9.
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Absolute
I
joke.
want to go back. Wait, first of all, before we go back, I want to ask, this routine that you're in now,
Yeah.
this is like a summer routine, right?
So in the mornings it'll stay the same, but then in the winter, obviously like playing 9 holes it'll be a bit harder because of the weather and everything.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be because my dad's got the indoor. He's really supportive of me. I'll probably play there. If the weather's all right, I can go out, but in the winter it's normally more of an inside thing because it's freezing cold.
So whatever happens, you're still practicing every single day.
Yeah,
Good lad.
that doesn't change. Yeah,
Really good. So going back, how long have you been playing golf?
about 3.5 years.
3.5 years.
Yes, it was like that, like towards the end of COVID sort of period.
Okay, so we've been playing this at the same exact time. The only difference is you're really good and I'm not.
Yeah.
But you know, you obviously you put the work in. I don't put that much work in. How do you get started with golf? Because I believe that you're not from a golfing family. Like your dad started playing golf after you did.
Yeah.
Just to do something with you.
Yeah. So what happened was I was on Netflix and I was scrolling through, and there's this movie called Short Game.
Yes.
And I thought I'd have a look at it. And there's a massive parade with all these kids, and they were all like the same age as me. And I thought, I've tried football, I've tried rugby. That is really cool. I want to play golf. So then started playing golf, and then got the bug. I was like, I want to be great at golf. Then started getting better at golf, and then that's how my dad started playing because he was like, I've got to keep up with him.
That's crazy. So after, it just goes to show, like, you know, like Short Game. Have you watched Short Game?
I've never watched actually.
You need to watch that. Yeah,
Is it really good?
Put it on your watch list. It's like a bunch of kids who go to Pinehurst, and there's like massive parades, and they all play Pinehurst. It's class. To be fair.
Have you watched it?
Yeah. Years ago.
That,
It's not new, is it? It's quite an old series kind of job.
I don't know how old it is.
Yeah, but
it's like that kind of 2020.
Yeah.
When I saw it.
It's pretty cool how from one series on Netflix,
I know.
they've like you got that inspired.
Yeah.
Why are you so obsessed with golf? Like, what is it about golf?
I think with golf, if you have a bad round, you need to practice and you want to get better. But even if you have your best round of your life, there's still going to be shots that you've left out there. There's still going to be stuff that you're going to work on. There's just never perfection, so you're always trying to work to get better.
I love that drive.
That's a great answer, isn't it?
Yeah, fair play.
Mate, where are we going wrong?
Well, we're not practicing 7 days a week, are we?
We're not 13. We don't have that much of a desire and a hunger behind us.
What handicap did you start in? So you know when you first entered your cards in, what was the first handicap you had?
21.
Mate, in 3 years he's
First
done
handicap,
that.
21.
So
That's crazy.
when you play normal golf, do you play off like the red tees, the normal tees, the back tees? Like what is it? How does it work
So
with you?
I play off the whites normally because my comps nowadays they're all off whites. But then sometimes, like Bryson DeChambeau said, if you play off the reds in the UK, you get used to shooting under par. Because what kids do in the UK is when they get under par, they try and protect it.
Yeah.
And you end up messing up. So sometimes I'll play off the reds and trying to go as low as you can, loads under par. But most of my comps are off the whites, so like I'll play off the whites mostly.
You've played Hollingwell a few times, and technically it's not your best round around Hollingwell, but you class it as your best round.
Yeah.
Both me and Jack have played Hollingwell. I've played it a few times.
serious
Every single time I've played Hollingwell, I've genuinely wanted to quit golf.
That sounds like my dad, that does.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Your dad's not having great rounds around Hollingwell.
He's good, yeah, he shoots some alright rounds, but Hollingwell, he found it tricky.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a tough track.
What is your best score at Hollingwell? Please tell us.
So off the back tees, it was 7,200 yards, I shot 2 over.
Mate, it's just a joke.
I feel like
13 as well.
If me and you played like a scramble, we wouldn't be able to do 2.
I reckon we'd struggle.
Which definitely
That'd be a good
from the
round
back
for us.
tees.
Yeah.
Have you like if you've seen the back tees at Hollingwell, it's not like, especially off the tee box, it's scary to look
different.
down. It's a
I
different golf
had a
course.
look at some of them for the yellows, and I'll be honest, it feels like a different golf course. It's just way further back.
But
I like a challenge.
Oh yeah, I mean, so you should. Are you shooting like? What's your average score?
Round where?
Like a normal, like around Bow, around your home course.
Around Bow, level par for the whites.
That's just an average round.
Level par 1 over, like 4.1. That's my higher round. Like if obviously it's different. If it's like pouring down with rain, I'll probably not. If it's pouring down with rain.
Yeah.
But if it's like a gust of wind, obviously that changes. But if you normal day at Bow, 1 over maybe.
So every single week you have 2 lessons, if I got that right?
2 or 3.
2 or 3 lessons every single week. Is it with the same coach?
Yeah, it's with the same coach. Yeah.
Is he a Bow or is it somewhere else?
No, he's at my dad's indoor.
Oh, brilliant!
He used to be at Bow and then he left Bow.
Brilliant. Okay, all right, I'm with you. So all you're doing is just practicing and playing. How often do you put cards in? Do you play in competitions? Like, how does it work with you?
I put them in comps. I'd say in a comp, this is probably where I got one of my better cuts. It was 10 counties. I think I was a 5.4, so I had 6 or 7 shots off the whites. And I went and shot a 2 over. I went from 5.4 to 4.4. I got cut loads.
Oh, wow, okay. Right. So
then I've started shooting like loads lower rounds. So now 4.1, that's quite high for me. 1 over and stuff, yeah.
How often do you play in competitions?
US kids competitions don't really do this anymore. BJGTs, if they're like an American qualifier, I'll probably play those. And then I play Bow. I've played a couple of Bow men's teams comps, and then like club comps. I'll play a couple of them. And then I'm doing the Reed this year actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Reed. I'm doing that.
What's that?
If you're under 14, all the kids from like America and everywhere fly all over, and you compete at I don't know where it is this year, but it's normally at Woodall Spa.
Mm-hmm.
And like you got American kids and everything, and you've got cut. And if you're under 14, it's just like a competition basically.
That's really what do you get to win? Is there any cool prizes? Anything?
Trophy.
A big trophy.
And you've won. But it's like you're not just competing with local kids. You compete American, Spanish, everywhere.
Brilliant. That's so. How accurate is your handicap? Because I feel like your handicap is not accurate. I feel like your handicap should be lower.
It should be lower. I'd agree. Yeah.
So if you want to play comps, you can't just turn up on a Saturday morning and just play comps, can you? Or can you?
I've got to prep for it. Like obviously you have to put your comps and everything, but if I've got a comp,
I'm not talking about like a kids competition.
Yeah.
I'm talking like how me and Jack every Saturday we enter the club competitions.
Are you on about like the club comps on a Saturday morning?
Like, can you play in club comps like at Bow?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Are you bothered about them? Like to lower your handicap or to compete a little bit or to do all that stuff?
I do more of the junior ones because we don't have a club comp every single Saturday. I think we have them like on a Tuesday, but it's not a handicap thing. It's just a fun.
Just get yeah. Interesting.
I mean, our junior comps, they're just dotted around the summer, and I'll play them normally.
So you won't play in like the men's comps or anything
yeah,
like that?
I'll play those. I'll play the men's comps, the club championship. Those kind of comps. Yeah.
You is it right to say that you play for? Is it Staffordshire?
Yeah,
County?
Staffordshire County. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm doing a bit of under 14s. And the last under 14s game I was captain and we won. And I've got an under 16s game on the 14th of July.
Okay.
So under 16s, and I've not done as much under 14s, but under 14s and under 16s really.
Are these competitions that you play for county, are they handicapped?
Yes, but the lowest handicapper goes off scratch, and normally in my group, so it's 2v2 match play between another county.
Yeah.
And the lowest handicapper, which is normally me, plays off scratch.
Yeah.
And then everyone else has 4 shots took out their handicap because I have to play off scratch, that's why under 14s is quite hard for me. Because normally I'm giving someone like 20 golf shots, and I'm finding that quite hard in match play. So under 16s is scratch though, so it's better.
So how do you get to the next level?
I mean, keep working hard. So if you do well in the reads, you'll probably get exemptions to stuff.
And these exemptions, are they, I don't know, like you see all these 16, 17-year-olds like playing in a DP World event or like in a PGA Tour event or whatever. Like, obviously that's something that you're aspiring to do.
Yeah.
How soon do you reckon the game will be where it needs to be? Or like what competitions do you need to enter that are guaranteeing you to get the eyeballs on you, or I don't know, the sponsorship exemptions on you, or that kind of stuff?
I got an exemption. I turned it down. You have to be off like 0.5, but I got an exemption saying, mate, I've seen you play golf. You're good enough to play in that. I turned it down. I was like, I don't think I can win it this year. So
you didn't even think about, I'll go and compete and see where my game's at?
I knew I weren't good enough to win. I was like, I need to come back next year when I know I can win. But when you enter like the Tillman, the Reed, or you do like qualifying for America, when you do those kind of comps, you get exemptions.
Yeah.
And then I think if you do qualifying for American, you qualify. Like you get into certain comps, and then obviously like you can. When I'm older, when I'm probably 15, you can do like open qualifying. And if you get in that, then you're in the open.
So the youngest that you can do the open qualifying is 15.
It's not. You can do it at any age, but I'm not big enough yet to do open qualifying. Like,
I disagree.
I was going to say the rounds that you're shooting.
I think I'm not saying you're going to qualify for the Open, but I feel like you're going to do quite well. I think you're going to do a lot better than you think you will.
Yeah,
Is Bow a open qualifying venue?
It used to be,
but it's not anymore, is it?
Turn the Tillman.
No, you're fine. Carry on.
So we turn the Tillman down because you aren't in for a copy, can't we?
So one minute. Let me give you a mic.
So he got an exemption. So some of the lads who win the clutch and stuff, tier 1, want to get in the Tillman. He got an exemption, so they've got to qualify to get in. He turned the exemption down because he said, I can't win. I'm not turning up to any event, I can't win. So
Fair play.
He said, I'm not turning up to open qualifying until I can win open qualifying. Because every time I stand on the tee,
I don't feel like I'm mentally ready, basically, because you're not there to
And
win.
he said, I'm not big enough. So if I stand on the first tee, I want to know I can win. I don't just want to be there to play. So
such a good mentality.
It is.
There's other lads. So we've got lads.
Yeah.
Who are PGA pros that would have loved that exemption.
Yeah, of course. But in the way I look at it is, obviously you're not wrong, but you need to get comfortable with around the top people.
He practices anyway with open qualifying players regular.
He's
played with Rich Mansell a few times off the DP World Tour. So he plays with
big boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best of the best.
Yeah,
So
but
he's
people
not-
have like +6 and yeah.
Yeah, so that doesn't bother him. Like when he played Rich was like everyone else is trying to take pictures and speak to him. Like we saw Rich yesterday, didn't you? At
Yeah.
Bow. Just tell him what happened at Bow.
So basically, I was at Bow and he was in the pro shop. I had a chat to him, talked about my golf and stuff. And then he said I'm going up to the range in a bit. I went up to the range. I was hitting golf balls on my own. I saw him come up to the range. I was like, you're right, Rich. Said hello to him. Left him to practice because he did say he wanted to work on stuff. And this guy's just walked up to him, just leant over his bench, started talking to him for about 20, 25 minutes. And I just think, like, that's not what I want to do. Like, if I've got the time with Rich, I want to spend it going, how do you practice? How are you on the DP World Tour? And do that, not just chat to him about random stuff. And I said, he's trying to practice like you don't want to get in his way. I said, the reason he's on the DP World Tour is because he's practicing, not because he's talking to you.
Yeah, going back to like open qualifying events like that. So I know obviously speaking to your old man and that, about for yourself mentally, you won't go into a competition if you don't feel you can win it.
Yeah.
I think what Theo's trying to say is, have you thought about doing it just to see where the mental game is at? Because I've said this to you, having practice rounds and then being in competitions, it's so different mentally. Like, how do you switch from that? Because I think from what I'm trying to say is, have you thought about doing it just see where your game's at mentally?
I mean, I feel like my game's like I'm good mentally, so like I feel like I'm better mentally when I'm going somewhere I know I can win. Like if I'm going to something that I know I can't win, I don't feel like I've got the pressure in a sense. Like when I'm turning up to a first tee, I've got those first tee nerves, I've got the pressure, and you're like, oh, I'm going out there to win. Whereas if I'm going to open qualifying, I'm like, I just can't win. There's no point.
Right.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
No, I understand. I understand.
No,
I understand your
get
point.
it.
I feel personally, I'm quite a competitive person.
Yeah.
Theo will tell you this.
Yeah.
And I would probably be the same as you. And I do struggle mentally. How do you? So when you're going into these comps, and you think you can win it, and you're expected to win it. Say if you get off to a bad start, how do you cope with that mentally? What is it that goes through your head? How do you cope with that? So you get off the first few.
Okay.
You start the first 4 holes. You've not got off to the best of starts. How do you cope with that mentally?
You just gotta think to like, even if some other people have got off to good starts in the first 4 holes and you're like 2 or 3 shots back, you gotta think, if I keep digging deep now and and the rest of my holes are really good. If they have a bad couple of holes anyway, like you've got it, and you've got it. If you start off bad, you've just got to try and dig deep and go as low as you can after that.
Have you got an example of where, so say for instance, you've had a bad start and you've brought it back?
It's a couple of easy holes. I'd gone.
How long ago was this?
This was probably 2-3 months ago.
Okay.
So I was just playing with my dad, and I weren't playing very well.
Mm-hmm.
I parred the first 2 holes with Bo. First hole at Bo was dead easy. So we weren't playing very well, weren't putting very well. And this guy asked to join us, and I know him, so I was like, it's fine. I started with him. I parred the first 2 holes. I was like, I'm not playing great. And then after that, I was like, come on, I've got to do something. And I just thought to myself, come on, what would you do if you were playing on your own now? And I birdied the 5th hole, 6th hole, 7th hole, parred 8, birdied 9. Shot 4 under. I was like,
Happy
You know
days.
what I like about that whole story there? He parred the first 2 holes and said he didn't go after the best of starts. What's going on here? We're doing something wrong here,
just
aren't
the
we?
easy holes.
Yeah, dead easy holes.
Yeah,
I
just
don't think
dead.
I've never been on the tee box and looked down and go, yeah, this is such an easy hole.
I've actually got another example. So when I was at Wentworth, and I got off to probably one of the worst starts. I started bogey, double.
Okay, that's fair.
I
That's
was-
a bad start.
That's a
that we
bad
can
start.
we can relate
Yeah.
to.
I was 4 over through 3 holes. It was going so bad, and I was like, I've just played. I was like, I'm on Wentworth. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Thought to myself, what would you do now if you were at Bow and you were just playing? I finished 8 over off the back tees at Wentworth, and I was like, I've shot 4 over, ran the rest of 15 holes. I was like, that's good golf.
That is good.
Oh,
And
golf.
I was
yeah.
like, come on,
Wentworth
you
as
got to
well.
think here. What would you do if you were just playing at Bow? Thought about it, and I was like,
Do you lose your head?
no. Me and my dad are quite good with that. There's other parents and I know other kids that they'll just start screaming, they'll start going mad, and I'm like, how are you supposed to fix your golf? And if you're on the 4th, if you're screaming, kicking off, you got to keep calm. There's no point.
That's exactly what I say, mate.
Yeah.
Just keep calm. There's no point.
I struggle with that.
Yeah, he's him and his brother. They're very angry golfers. I got a club chucked at me by his brother. The first round we ever played together.
Joking.
By accident, fair play, but he was definitely
Yeah, he
in my
chucked it that hard
direction.
into the ground, it bounced backwards and almost hit Theo.
So I'm guessing you've never snapped a club, you've never lost your head, you've never.
No.
Have you ever cried after having a bad round?
I can't lie, I've definitely been upset.
Mm-hmm.
So it means a lot to me, golf does.
100%.
So I think when you've had a bad round.
By the way, I'm not trying to play you down and say and laugh at you for the crying, because I've been really upset. He's been really upset. So it's a common thing
Yeah, I'd say
to be frustrated. It's not.
Yeah, I've never been frustrated and started going mad, but I think I've been to a few rounds and I've definitely got upset afterwards because.
Have you ever had a round where you finish and you're like, Dad, I don't think golf is for me?
No.
Brilliant.
So I've always think about it. If you're playing in a year, if you're playing 80 rounds of golf, if you just have one bad round of golf and you go, yeah, golf's not for me. What about if you go out the next day and you go shoot 4 under?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's and I've always said about this game. And it's like I was saying to your man before. It's like it's the only game where it can give you the highest of highs, but then it can give you the lowest of lows.
I think that's what I like about it because you got to keep working. Because golf's always about what's your worst game.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So if you can keep improving, saying your worst game's actually all right, then golf's going to get a lot better.
How far do you think your game is to be able to play in the big competitions where you feel like you're ready?
I think, I'll be honest, I've said this for a while, it's distance. If you look at my accuracy, I'm very accurate driver of the ball. I hit the ball far for my age. I hit it 250 for 13. So I'm still hitting it far
Still
for
not bad
13.
for a 13-year-old.
So I'm still hitting it far, but if you want to compete on the PGA Tour, you need to be in it 300 yards. My driving accuracy, and when I played with Richard Mansell, my iron play compared to his from 120 in, we were close. Putting comp, we were close. Mm-hmm. But then from long distance, it's just, I'm just not in it far enough.
Yeah, but I think that's just an age thing. It's not So I feel like the older you get, the stronger you will get, obviously.
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
obviously
trying
you're
to do
doing
at the gym,
and you're doing all of this and you're practicing.
Yeah,
but
because I'm not just going to go to the gym once and then instantly get better.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Yeah, you
that's
get
it.
yeah.
Do you do speed training? Or have you tried it, or does it work? I don't know. Is
Not
it
really. I used to have speed sticks, and I used to start throwing my hands at it to get the speed. So if I'm inside, I'll probably I'll have a goal what speed I want to get to. But you've got to be able to like hit the golf ball. Like you can't just hit it anywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like speed goals, but you still got to hit the golf ball well.
So let's say you were hitting the ball right now.
Yeah.
You were hitting your ball 290 yards carry.
Yeah.
Would you be like, Dad, I want to enter the Open qualifying next year or this year?
Not straight away. I think I'd have to probably have a month of consistently going, I'm hitting it this far. I know it's not just a random fluke, but I think if I just did it once.
Oh no! I'm saying if you're consistently hitting, you're averaging at 280, 290. Do you think you'd be like, Dad, I'm ready now?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
So definitely. All you need is 30 more or 40 more yards.
40. I probably want to be carrying it 290. Then obviously my 7-iron needs to go like further. Like my 7-iron goes 145. If it went 185.
Yeah.
I reckon like my putting, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Like my accuracy, just need to get a bit further. Like I've got class wedge game, to be fair.
So the short game's there.
Yeah. I mean, there's not one part of my game that I feel like's miles behind the rest of it. It's all.
What's the favourite part of your game?
My driver. Even when I weren't good at golf, I hit it fast. Now I'm getting it further, but I'm getting a lot straighter as well.
Yeah. So the worst part of your game is the driver?
No.
And the best part of your game is the driver?
Distance-wise,
Yeah.
I need more distance.
Okay.
But yeah, driver, but I hit it far and I hit it straight. Like none of my game, if you went through all my game, none of it's miles behind. Like my putting is just as good as the iron play, just as good as the wedge play, just as good as the woods, just as good as the driver. Your driver could just go a bit further. Irons could go a bit further.
That's it. Do you outdrive Dad or does Dad outdrive you?
No, that is the one thing he can do. He can outdrive me, to be fair. He hits the ball a long way, though.
That's good.
I reckon he's probably on for 300 yards.
No way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Serious.
Very good.
Big boy.
Big boy.
So where do you see yourself, say, so what, you're 13 now?
Yeah.
Give yourself a 5-year plan now. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So I'd say I want to be pro by my 17th birthday.
Okay.
Because by 17 I should be a lot taller, a lot stronger.
Yeah.
Then this is a push, but if I keep working hard, I reckon I could do it. 2027, Ryder Cup at Adair Manor. I want to play that. I want to be in that.
2027?
Yeah. So that's...
Me and Jack are already planning on going to 2027 at Adair Manor. We've already talked about this. If you qualified for the Ryder Cup team for 2027...
I'd have to get a captain's pick, like I'm...
Yeah. Still, I mean, if you're up there, and you're making waves, then there's no reason why, mate. Can you imagine being at Adair Manor and we're like, we know Alfie.
I'd give you a signed shirt.
A signed shirt.
Yeah,
I know, but it has to be. I don't know how much you know about.
Theo likes a flag. Theo loves a flag.
No. When it comes to Ryder Cup, I want a shirt. I want the shirt.
Yeah.
Do you know about the uniform that the Ryder Cup team wears? It's the most expensive team uniform in the history of sport. It's by a company in Italy and hand stitched by called Loro Piana, I want to say. And
I was actually looking at this because before I was looking after the Ryder Cup, I was like, I want a Ryder Cup Europe t-shirt. I've got one upstairs, but it's like not a real one.
Yeah.
I was looking at official one.
Yeah.
It's like 800 quid. I was like,
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
And that's the cheapest you'll find as well.
Yeah, I was like, I looked at it. It was
that's
weird.
what I want. I want your Sunday. No, I think that's a bit far.
Yeah.
Your Saturday.
Yeah.
Official
Yeah.
T-shirt that you worn.
Yeah.
I want that signed, personalised with my name, and I'll frame it and I put it in my little office.
Yeah.
Mate, can you imagine that?
Mate,
That'd be
what?
so
The
cool.
fact that we've had a podcast with like a future Ryder Cup player.
I mean, if it's not
Future Masters
2027,
winner.
Future
mate, if
Masters
it's not
winner.
2027, it's at some point down the line.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, let's say in like 5 to 7 years' time, you're trying to turn pro by 17, but then you're 18, 19, 20 years old, and you've kind of realised that, yes, you're miles ahead of everybody now, but when you're 20 years old, everybody's almost catching up to you.
I mean, I'd be very, very surprised if that happened.
Are you that confident that you
Yeah,
feel like...
I'm honestly that confident. There's that one kid that I feel like he's just a little bit ahead of me, but I want to keep working my way.
And is he the same age as you?
Yeah, literally like with the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's... Okay, look, I'm not trying to play it down, but it's... You're full of confidence, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
But at some point, what if you... I don't know, if you're like a few bad rounds, or not bad rounds, or you feel like your head's gone a bit, or girls start coming into the picture.
That's no. Girls, no.
Yeah, but you say that when you're 13, mate. You wait until you're 17, 18. It's going to be different.
No.
All right. I hope not.
I've promised myself. Alcohol, girls.
No. Alcohol, I definitely agree with. Girls, I feel like you're going to struggle later on. Especially when you're as popular as you are. It's going to be difficult. Hopefully, I'm wrong. I'm not.
I could be like Victor Hovland. He's still not got a girlfriend.
That's true.
And he's a serious player.
If you're like Victor Hovland and you go to the Ryder Cup and you're looking for somebody to be next to you like Victor Hovland had, I'm your guy. Or Jack, get us down there. We'll escort you throughout. We'll make sure you're not drinking, you're not doing anything you shouldn't be, and happy days. So just keep that in mind. Don't forget about us, Alfie.
Don't worry.
Well, do you know what I love about it? I love like for a 13-year-old, he's quite. What's the word I'm looking for? Mature beyond years. You're quite. Yeah. You're already thinking about the next 5 years where you want it to be.
Yeah.
That is a very rare thing.
Yeah, very rare.
I feel like because obviously it's the first time I'm meeting you, but I've spoken to your dad numerous times over the past couple of months, and every time me and Dad talk, it's like a 20-minute, half an hour conversation. Yeah. And all he's doing is just like, you're not going to believe what Alfie did. You're not going to believe what Alfie did. You're not going to believe what Alfie did. And I feel like I know you a lot better than you think I know you just because of talking to Dad. And I get the sense... Do you enjoy
talking to my dad?
Yeah, honestly, I actually do. I actually do because he's very family orientated, just like I am. And I feel like we could sit there with a drink or like around a barbecue and just talk for hours.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've known him for years and I've only just met him today. Yeah. And I feel like I've got the sense that you are not going to let any... Because he's told me a couple of stories that we're not going to talk about.
Yeah.
And I get the sense that you're not going to stop until whatever dream you have comes true.
I would agree with that. I'm going to keep going.
It's
good to hear. I like it.
It's hard to... Because we watch golf, we see, like we talked about Billy Horschel crying because he got shot in 84 and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like...
I'd say it's fair though. It means that much to him.
Oh, 100%. And so he should. But it's like, as a 13-year-old to have that mentality of a 20-year-old, 25-year-old, like on the top of the game, and you're like, I'm nowhere near the top of my game, and this and this and this is going to happen, is not it's delusion until it becomes true. Yeah. And then everyone's going to be like, and then Arthur's like, well, I've told you, I'm not delusional. I've been telling you this for God knows how long. But everybody around you was like, oh yeah, we always believed in Alfie. But I was like, well, no, you kind of doubted me a little bit when I was 13.
Yeah, it's one of those, everyone doesn't believe in you, says you just don't do it. And then until you do it, and then they're like, yeah, we always believed you. Yeah. Fine, yeah.
It reminds me, that we were saying yesterday, like that Tiger Woods interview. Yeah. Coming back in the day when they were saying about, it's not going to be as easy on tour and stuff like that. And he says, no, I'm going to win. They said, you'll learn.
Yeah.
And then look at that. Have you seen that?
So funny.
I feel like...
About the 15 majors and stuff.
Yeah, unreal.
Great.
It's interesting. I want to know, what's the best course you've played at? Because you've played... Before you answer that question, just top of your head, tell us a few of the golf courses you've played at. Because I know there's some silly ones.
West Course.
Yep.
Innisbrook Copperhead. TPC Sawgrass. Bay Hill. Woodall Spa. JCB.
That's not a bad little list, is it?
No, it's not, to be fair.
How
many times have you played JCB? Just one?
No, I've played it more. So I was trying to get on it for ages. My dad was like, can you get on for his birthday? And you can't pay to get on there. Got on before, and I've actually got a story about that.
Yeah, go on.
Tell us. First time I played JCB, I was there with the county. I've been practicing.
Were you practicing at JCB?
Yeah, because it was like a county day thing.
Of course, because JCB is the same county that you're a part of.
Yeah,
Staff.
Oh, mate, can you imagine? That's really
fair
cool.
play.
Yeah.
Very good. But fair play to JCB as well for letting the boys go down.
Yeah, yes, we go there twice a year now. But the first time they were like, under 14s you have to play off the very forward tees, and I was like, I've worked so hard, I really wanted to shoot low or just try as hard as I can to shoot low around JCB from like where Rick Shields was, and they were like, no, under 14s you got to play forward. So I rang my dad and I was like, I've worked so hard, like I'm not going off the forward tees, and he's like, you've either got to play off the forward tees or you're you got to go home. I was like, so I went back and I was like, I'm going home if I can't play off those, off the whites. And they were like, fine, play off where the under-18s playing, see how you do with them. Under-18s, shot 2 over. I came second place by 1 shot. This guy was 18, 6'2", came second place. So I was like, play with the under-18s, played off the white tee, shot 2 over.
13,
so you proved them all wrong.
I was actually 12 at the time as well.
What did they? So the person that told you no, you can't play the back tees or the yellow tees or the white tees. You can only play the forward tees. What did you go to speak to them afterwards and be like, oh, just so you know, not in a horrible way, just like, oh, it's just so you know, I played off the whites and I shot you over.
I think my mom did that because I said like, oh yeah, I shot 2 over and I put my card in and stuff. I was like, yeah, I did shoot 2 over. I was like, there you go, 2 over. They were like, yeah. Because at the start they were like, yeah, you're playing off the white tees under 18.
And was that your first round at JCB?
Yeah, it was.
Shot 2 over?
Yeah.
You've
not been JCB?
Oh, no, never played JCB.
You've not seen the place?
It was 9 holes actually, yeah. It was only 9.
Still?
But it's 2 over, white tees.
We'll take that, won't we? Was it front 9 or back 9?
Front 9.
How did you get on 17th at JCB?
I've played that now. I didn't play it on the county day, but I made par, yeah.
How did you get on at 17th at TPC Sawgrass?
Made par. I nearly made birdie. I've got on my Instagram. I've got a video. I lipped out for birdie.
Yeah, I've actually seen that video.
Yeah. I'll be honest. That is probably one of the easiest holes I've played in golf, though. If you
the
go,
par 3?
Yeah, if you go there.
What a serious statement that is. That's a serious statement. All these pros that are splashing into the water, and he just comes out with, yeah, it's not a bad par 3, it's an easy one.
No, I'll be honest. It'll be different when there's 20,000 people in grandstands looking around and you're playing like for millions of pounds. It's different. But when I play with my dad, off the back tees, it's like 140 yards. It's like.
But it's still an island green, isn't it?
Is the island is it bigger than what it looks like on TV?
I wouldn't say it's bigger, but it's just when you go there, it's like hitting a 140-yard shot onto honestly probably what's bigger than a normal green. But I said it's obviously different when there's 15, 20,000 people looking at you and they're all shouting.
Yeah. Are you going to live this year? It's only around the corner from you.
Yes, Ranjay. Yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
What days are you going? Do you know?
Days we're going.
You don't know yet.
I don't know.
I'll be there for most of the week. I'm one of the greenkeepers.
Ooh.
I've been doing it for this is my 3rd year in a row.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's live. My wife is giving birth around the same time, so hopefully I'm there. Jack is going on the Saturday.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
be
going
there
with the boys.
Yeah, I'm going there for most of the week. So hopefully I bump into you there. That'd be pretty cool. What's the best course you played? Not score-wise, like where you were.
Bay Hill.
Yeah?
So, practice facilities, obviously, because it's Bay Hill. Practice facilities are lovely, golf course lovely. But I was in the clubhouse the night before, and someone went, mate, in the morning, if you get up, there's a secret 9-hole golf course. No one knows about this. Like, it's not on the internet or anywhere. So we booked it, played there. Greens were immaculate, like, amazing greens, amazing tee boxes, lovely golf course. I've got TikTok on it as well. No one was on there. It was like a ghost town, but it was lovely. And then also, so they've got these like little pin badges which have got umbrellas on. And if someone's got one and it's not got any diamonds on, if you say, oh, that looks lovely, that does, can I have one? They have to give you their pinafore. And I've got one upstairs.
That's like a little Easter egg.
A little tradition.
Yeah, so they don't sell them, but if everyone that works there's got a little badge on there, and if you say, I like your badge, where can I get them? They have to give it you.
That is such a little Easter egg.
That's decent.
But no one tells you. No one tells you about that. Someone actually told me. The starter told me, but I'd been there before, and he was like, he knows I was good at golf and stuff. So he's like,
is Bay Hill the golf course that gives you like a little token if you get a hole in one, or is that like I'm thinking of a different golf course?
I don't know.
Okay.
So I didn't get a hole in one, sadly. Yeah. So yeah.
We'll get into hole in ones in a bit, but I want to talk about Bay Hill. You said there's a secret 9-hole golf course that is not even like advertised.
Yeah.
Is this on the Bay Hill estate, shall we say?
Yes, it's still on the estate, yeah.
Can you like find it easy? Or is it like a...
Or do you have to ask?
Do you have to ask? Or like, is it like a
Someone
different gate?
Told us it's not a different gate, but if you go... so you've got the chipping greens. If you go further left than the chipping greens, there's a little tee box and like... You can't even see it, and yes, like.
So is it just like turn up and play? Like, there's no booking system for this little 9-hole course.
You have to pay it. There's no one on it, so like.
You just get on and play.
You just go on. There's like we practiced on it. There's literally no one there, and it was class, to be fair.
Is there a golf course that you've been really excited to play, and you've been and you were like, oh, a little bit underwhelming?
Not really, I can't lie. Not really.
Yeah? How was Wentworth?
That was better, actually. That was better than I thought it was going to be. I knew it was going to be good, but like the practice facilities, the range and everything.
Is it as tight as what people say?
Yes. It was the only golf course I think I've ever played that said there's not one hole there that's not mentally challenging. So after, you're tired because you've walked it, but mentally I felt like my brain was like tired because literally every single hole is mentally challenging. Tough golf course, to be fair.
Fair play.
So all these places that you get to play, there's a lot of places like Wentworth and JCB, I know you can't just, like, no money in the world is good enough to play those courses.
Yeah.
Is it just Dad calling them over and over again?
No.
Or?
So on my TikTok, someone commented when I was at JCB. I said, where should I review next? Someone put Wentworth, and I said, I don't think I can get onto Wentworth. And someone put, mate, I've watched your TikToks. I think I can help you with that. And they were a member of Wentworth. And
No way.
So we arranged a date. Then when I played there, the guy said, you're allowed 6 guests each year. When you want, my cousin or whatever it is, cousin and me, if you want, ring up and you can come play Wentworth in the summer.
Have you used that contact?
I think we're going back there soon, but I've not used it yet because I'll be honest, the weather's not been great and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
And obviously school, it's a long drive down there, so I was like, if I go down there, I want it to be in summer when it's like nice and sunny. I know it's all right.
So question I want to ask, because obviously I followed your TikTok and I've gone through. How did you get into that? When did you start that? When did you think, I'm going to start doing that? And when did you then think to yourself?
TikTok and Instagram.
TikTok, yeah. Well, social media, just with your golf. When did that become a thing?
I can't. That was actually a lockdown thing. So towards the end of lockdown, in my back garden, we had ladders and we put cones on there, and you had to hit the cones, or you had a bin. You had to chip into the bin. I think we just started recording it because we were like, pretty cool chipping into the bin. And then from there, that did all right. And then I was like, so when we were allowed on the golf course, got videos on the golf course and stuff, and it started doing really well. So that was probably 3 years ago.
Fair enough.
And do you enjoy doing that?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great fun. Like I just like to be me. Yeah.
Good. I see online as well. You get a lot of not a lot, but there's a lot of, I don't want to swear, but there's a lot of people that are not very nice on social media.
Yeah, there's a lot of hate.
There's a lot of hate. Like how do you deal with that? And have you ever had to turn any comments off, or does that bother you? Do you sit there and read every single comment? Do you I don't know, like, does it affect you?
If you think about it, Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, Tiger Woods, they've all got hate. There's always people, it's because they're jealous of you. Like, there's always people saying, oh, you're not this, you're not that, and like making fun of you. But I was like, if there's not people making fun of me, I'm clearly not good enough. Like, people are jealous of me. People like looking, because they're behind the keyboard, they're going, oh yeah, you're not this, you're not that, because they're just jealous of you. So the way I look at it, I've gone, more hate. People are always going to hate you if you're good. So
zero effect in your mind.
It doesn't bother me. I mean, it gives me like a drive also to go. Even though I know I'm right, I still want to prove wrong. So when I'm on the PGA Tour, you're going to be the person that's like, oh, I gave him hate on TikTok.
Such a good mentality for a 13-year-old.
You know this mentality that you have. Were you brought up like this?
Yeah, where'd you get that from?
Where does it come from?
Mum and dad.
Mum and dad.
I'll give credit to them. They've always brought me up to like strong mentality, and you don't get given everything. You gotta work hard.
Fair play.
I think some of the mentality, like watching videos and stuff, like watching Tiger videos, and his mentality.
Do you read books?
I do audiobooks.
Yeah.
And to be fair, if you go on my tabs on Google, I've got a Rory book, an autobiography.
Have you heard of David Goggins?
Yes, I've heard of him.
Do you follow David Goggins?
No, I'll be honest.
You don't like what he's saying, or you're not bothered?
I just don't follow him.
The way you talk is the same way as David Goggins will talk.
Yeah,
and David Goggins is
I know who he is. I know who he is. Like he's like that athlete that like works really hard and
yeah, I don't know. Fair play.
I know who he is, yeah.
Fair enough. Mate, I'm actually like in awe a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a great mentality to have, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
at 13
for
years
13
old,
years.
can you imagine what like Alfie's mentality is going to be like when he's like 18, 19?
Well, that's the thing I'm more interested in. Like, and for me, like, you know, listening to your story and stuff like that, it all of a sudden it grabs you and then makes you want to follow it.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So like now, I'm not even looking forward to the rest of this year. I want to look forward to in 2 years' time where it is.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not bothered about the
Yeah.
rest of this year. I'm more thinking,
Yeah, a
right,
couple
when he's
years ahead.
14,
Yeah.
right, when he's 15, he's a year older now. What's
Yeah.
he going to be doing now?
Yeah.
And I think that's what will grip people in.
Are you bothered about making friends on the golf course? I'm guessing no.
I mean, I do like to make friends because then if you're making friends, there's still people that you can play with. Like, I know a few lads who like Richard Manson and that.
Yeah.
Richard Manson just knows me because like he's from Bow. But like lads off +6 and stuff, it's because they're nice. Like, I've got a few friends from the golf course, but when I'm on the golf course, I'm not thinking about, I want to make friends.
I've just got that one goal.
Your dad.
Yeah, it's like a 1,000-mile stare. Like, you're not looking
Yeah.
at.
You're
everyone's
just
friends.
focused.
Yeah, you're focused. Yeah.
Do you have like a group of mates or like a group chat and you think, oh lads, let's book a tea, or is it literally just yourself and
It's just
your own
myself,
goal?
yeah. It's just myself. Obviously, like I've got one with me, my golf coach's son, and my dad. So we like when we want to play and when we've got comps and stuff, we'll arrange that. But there's not like a group of us. Yeah, I can't lie.
So what?
He gets a bit ostracised because the older kids can't compete with him.
Yeah. So what Dad's saying in the background is basically a lot of the older kids don't want to be friends with Alfie because Alfie's so much better than the kids. Is that fair to say? Yeah. That they kind of just want to...
I'd agree with that, yeah. Because like some of them, they're like 17 years old and they... Like, if I'm beating them on every single round of golf, I'm not there to be your best friend. I'm there to play golf.
That's it. Your dad's told me, I don't know if you want to talk about this.
I don't want to be rude to you, but
Yeah, of course. No, I completely get it. Especially in golf, because it's such a lonely sport. It's just you and your golf shot and obviously your caddy. But at the end of the day, your caddy's just there to give you advice and help and whatever. But he's not there he's not taking any shots for you. He can just give you the best of what he knows, and then you kind of get on with it. It's a very lonely sport. That's why you see like nobody knows what like Rory McIlroy is going through right now, for example, because after like
That's tough, yeah.
you know what it like. So it's not like a team thing where like football where you can all like console each other. Like you don't know what I'm going through. You know what I mean? So it's a very lonely sport. So it's almost, I want to say, best if you keep yourself to yourself. You turn up, practice, shoot the lowest score you can shoot, finish, shake hands, off you go. Off to the next comp, right?
Yeah, like I'll talk to him after the round, but like I don't want to be best friends with him.
Fair enough, and I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Your dad's told me a couple of stories of what you do. Well, a couple of mind games that you might do during match play. Is that something you want to talk about?
I'll talk about like maybe one or two.
Okay, I want.
So
give us one or two little
No,
tricks.
let's have all the secrets.
No, and he shouldn't. Just give me like one or two.
So, because I hit the ball far, when I'm hitting the ball in match play, 20 yards past everyone, gets other people, and I've seen it before, like they're trying to stand on it and trying to hit it, and obviously they end up wayward. I mean, that's always one of the tactics. And then putting, if you keep giving people gimmies through 14 holes, they get used to you giving them gimmies, and then when it gets like close or on the 15th hole, when they're like, yeah, can I have a gimme, and you normally give it and go, no. And it puts pressure on them because they're like, well, you've gave me a gimme all round, and now you've got 3 holes.
Brown and Bailey next year, mate. That's my tactic.
Where they're not giving me gimmies, and it puts pressure, so then those 3-footers are like, I've not had to sink one of these all day, now I've got to step up and sink one, when it really does matter.
And I think 9 times out of 10 they probably miss.
Did anyone tell you that, or did you just come up with that by yourself?
I've heard of it from like a few other people. I'm not going to say names, but
That's fine.
Yeah, I've kind of figured it out myself as well.
Who's your golf inspiration? And you can't say Tiger. You can't say Tiger. Because that's everybody's inspiration.
It's not really like.
Is there anybody you look up to and you're like, oh, I want what he has or she has?
Rory, probably.
Yeah?
Rory. He's Irish, and half of my family's Irish.
Okay.
Ryder Cup legend, and I think he's quite funny. And my granddad liked him, so I was like, Rory.
Mate, that's great. What's the worst part of your game?
I don't have one. All my games
Like if
the same.
if you're saying, I don't know, like there must be one. What do you think you need a bit more practice on?
Hitting it further.
No, you can't say that.
You can't say that.
Can't say that. No, that'll come with time.
That will come with time. There's nothing else you can do right now. Is there anything?
Nothing at all.
All of it. I want it to all be better.
Have you got any like funny stories that you want to tell us that happened to you in the golf course or?
Range. I've told you. Oh, before. So this guy on TikTok from a county called me out and was like, "He's supposed to be the best 13-year-old." He called me out to play. Just came to play him, and on the about 9th hole, he was crying.
On the 9th, I was in tears.
I was hitting it like 30 yards past him. So obviously, hitting it 30 yards past, he's trying to stand in it. He's hitting it everywhere. And then after that, almost fair play to me.
I was going to say that because I know what you're about to say. I was going to say fair play to you.
After that, he's obviously in tears and stuff. So I've made him feel a little bit better. After 11 at bow, we've come off and I've gone, "I'll help you on the range, mate. I'll do this. I'll do this for you swinging. Like, show you what to do."
How did he feel about you going up to him and be like, "It's all right, mate. Don't worry about it"?
I mean, I think obviously it's a little bit weird because like you're both the same age, but I think at the same time he was like, at least he's not just being rude. At least he's come up to me and gone, "I will try and help you."
And how old was this lad?
Same age as me.
Same age as
He's
you?
a little bit older, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like a couple of months.
Is there anybody you look up to that's not in golf? Like a little inspiration?
Mum and dad.
Mum and dad?
Yeah, they work hard.
They definitely work
And
hard.
they're sportmen and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, by the sounds of your schedule, mate, they basically base their life around your schedule, which is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I've got 2 boys on the way, and obviously, as a dad into golf, you can't help but dream that your kids grow up and they're into the same things that you're into.
Yeah.
And I'll spend whatever money, whatever time, whatever they need to be as good as they can be playing golf. If that happens, then that's a whole different story. With you, it was a different path because your dad didn't push you into golf. You almost pushed your dad into golf.
Yeah.
And your dad is obviously, and mum, is spending loads of money and loads of time into your sport.
I've earned
into your
it. I'd say that's the thing, though. Yeah.
Yes, and not only are they spending the time and the money, but you're showing them that that you're really good.
Yeah, it's worth it.
And it's worth it. And it's not just they're not pushing you to do anything you don't want to do. It's you that's like, I don't feel ready. Like you could easily go and play, let's say, just for the crack, do the open qualifying, pay the money, play the round that you need to play. Dad takes time off work, blah blah blah, and then you're like, "No, Dad, I'm not ready." So it's like, "Oh bloody hell!" Like you're so mentally strong and so mentally mature
for his age,
mate.
It's quite scary, I think.
I think it's quite scary as well.
But I think mentality-wise, from what we're hearing, he has all the attributes.
Yes, that's what I mean scary in a good way, not in a bad way. Like it's. I feel like you're going to be an absolute demon.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Loves it.
He loves it. And so
Animal, mate.
Yeah.
Animal.
Yeah.
Fair play.
I could see a bit of Bryson in his eyes.
Oh mate, he loves Bryson. Do you like? What do you think of Bryson?
That's what. I FaceTime Bryson actually. Yeah. His coach, Kyle
You're
Berkshire
messing
and
with
Bryson.
this kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Berkshire, his coach, and Bryson. I was on FaceTime with him. The reason I like Bryson is he hits it far, and like that's probably not golf. Like that's like not how normal people score. But I was like, people are liking golf more because he's really entertaining. And I was like, that's what I want to do. And he's shooting low scores. So I was like, he's
so
working.
how did that come about? How did that come about? FaceTime Bryson DeChambeau.
So my golf coach was on call with his coach, and Bryson was there, and I was like, I'll say
a quick hello.
Yeah.
How jealous are you now, Theo?
It's just so
This guy is probably Bryson's biggest fan. Like, it's almost embarrassing, to be fair.
It's not.
Yeah.
I love Bryson. How can you not like Bryson?
He's so cool.
He's so cool. Like you're the weird one for not being the
He's
biggest fan.
hitting it 360 yards. And he's just won the US Open. Like.
Yeah, he's a serious player.
He's
I'd love Rory to win it.
Yeah, I would have rather Rory won it. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Bryson has won me over, to be fair.
But
Yeah.
did you see his up and down on 18?
Exactly, 55 yards.
From the bunker.
From the bunker.
It was class.
It's just
It was
not.
class.
And the fact that he was saying as well, like always been saying the hardest shot is a 60-yard bunker shot.
Exactly.
Alfie's coach is onto Bryson's coach because they know each other. And he just wants Alfie to hear a different voice because he sees his coach so much. So we didn't know Bryson and Carl were there.
Yeah.
So we're on FaceTime. He's talking to Alf. Alf have been looking at his swing. Going through Alfie's swing. He's looked at Alfie's swing. So Bryson's coach is talking to Alfie about his swing. So Alf just, like he's now, chatting away.
Yeah.
Turned to us and he went, "Do you want to speak to Bryson?" And he just flipped the camera and Bryson and Carl were there having a long drive comp.
Also,
And Bryson just walked up, "How you doing, Alf?" How's things?
Just like that.
And then Alf's just gone. And I went, "Alf, are you going to speak?"
I like talking, but I was like, whoa.
I've ever seen him speechless.
Just couldn't get it out.
I feel like I'm a...
You'd
I'm
be
a-
like that. I think you'd cry.
Yeah,
I genuinely think you'd
I'm
cry.
a 33-year-old man, and I'll be speechless
You'd
talking
break
about
down.
in the next couple of weeks when obviously I go JCB, I could easily run into Bryson like at 8 in. He's by himself, just practicing or whatever. I don't think I would approach him.
No?
Nah, I'd be too scared to talk to him.
I'd approach him now. One other person I've approached, John Terry.
JT?
He's actually good at golf, he is, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was playing. And he went to the locker rooms, I saw.
Where were you playing?
Oh, yeah, Peter Jones event, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And like you said, like if he was on his own. So I saw him on his own go into the locker rooms. I was like, bit weird, but I'm going to follow him and say, "Are you John Terry?" And say hello. It's just a bit weird. So I walked into the locker rooms on my own and I knew he was on his own. I saw it.
Best time
And
to
he
talk
was
to him.
tiny shoelaces on his own. I was like,
Do you want some help with that?
and I was like, "Are you John Terry?" I knew he was John Terry. I was like, and he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Nice to meet you." I was like, and I taught because I'd already played Wentworth. I was like, "You love Wentworth. You're wearing Wentworth gear. If I start talking to you about Wentworth, we can have a good conversation."
Did you speak to him then?
Yeah, and
Yeah?
I told him I was scoring Wentworth, and he was like, "That is class round Wentworth." He was like, "Fair play to you."
What does JT play off him? Did you get his handicap out of it?
He's
I've
off,
heard
like,
he's quite good at it.
I think he is.
He's off like one.
Is
Yeah.
he?
He's off one or scratch.
Serious player.
you
Jamie O'Hara played with him.
Yeah, I've seen the TikTok. You played with Frank Lampard?
No,
But didn't you meet him or something? It was, or was it John Terry that the story?
that was JT.
Was that John Terry? Any other celebrities you played with? Any pro-ams?
Razor Ruddock?
Oh wow,
You've played with Razor Ruddock?
Yeah, I've got a picture of him. on my phone.
that's
tell you what.
okay.
After the podcast, I'll show you the picture. After.
This actually ties in nicely into like the final question I want to ask you. We've got a little thing where we want to ask everybody that comes on the podcast. They're for what is it? You say it.
So basically, you should
Dream four ball.
Dream
four ball.
Yeah, that's it.
Dead or alive, golfers, non-golfers. They don't have to be golfers. And one of Jack's. Wait, what was
No,
it? Jack?
It was Harry's.
Was it Harry's?
Yeah, Harry's.
One of the four was Razor Ruddock, and I was like, I don't know who that is, but now I know. Now I know.
So Ryzen Ruddock. Let me give you this. So Ryzen Ruddock.
Language.
So Ryzen Ruddock. He was raising money for charity. So he was the pro for Play the Pro. So he was the pro for the day for Play the Pro. And anyway, he played 104 players and lost to 3. 2 were skanky. So Razor's jumped out in full Razor mode. Like,
Oh, it's so funny.
he's jumped out and he doesn't know who he is, does he?
Yeah,
Bear in
yeah.
mind, I know who he is.
Yeah.
But to Alfie, he's just a big cockney. Like, so he's jumped out in full Razor mode. God, are you this little fucking 13-year-old beating everyone?
Literally, I was standing on the tee and this guy's just like, I was like, but I took it quite well. I went back at him without the language. I went back at him.
And he said, yeah. He said, yeah. He went, I don't give a fuck who you are. He said, if you do me, I'm going he's in full Razor mode.
yeah.
He goes, be quiet and let your clubs talk.
I went back at him. I was like, I'm going back at you. I will not even know.
I think you did the right
That's
thing.
brilliant.
Oh, it gets worse than that.
Oh, please carry on.
Right, it gets worse than that. So he doesn't know. I think Razor's an absolute legend.
Razor
Just
told me-
clarity. The man is
Racist
a
said
legend.
to knock my head in. I was
Right.
like,
And anyway, as they're coming off, they went, oh, Alf, can we get a picture? Because obviously Razor's playing. He goes, yeah, if he wants a picture of me, I'll come back.
That's brilliant.
You're so
That's
funny.
brilliant. Fair play.
Do you know what it is? Because
Mentality is a joke.
yeah, it
for
is.
13-year-olds.
But the reason it is, it's you leave a mark because not only can you talk, you can also walk the walk. So
Yeah.
it's fun. It's good. There's a reason why you're so confident, and I hope that just gets better and better and better and
Yeah.
better. That's brilliant. I need to know your dream four ball.
Okay,
So you're in it. You've got 3 picks.
So Rory McIlroy, Irish family. My family Irish.
Yeah.
Granddad loved him, and Ryder Cup. I was like, Rory McIlroy. I definitely want to play with him. Tiger Woods. You could ask anyone. You could ask my nan, my best mate, who's Tiger Woods. You don't even have to play golf. No, you know who he is. And my dad.
Ooh,
Because my dad.
I love that.
He's not good enough to play with like pro players and stuff. So that'd be after he supported me and done all this for me.
That's his thank you.
That'd only be fair.
That's it.
I
That's the
would-
only time your dad gets to play with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy.
I would like Colin Morikawa to play, but
Okay.
if I'd like to get on tour young enough that I could still play with Colin.
I think
you still play with Rory.
I think you can still play with Rory. I
Yeah.
think you can
How
still
old's
play.
Rory? What is he? 34?
Yeah, but I think you're turning pro in like the next 5 years, mate. You'll
He'll
be
be
fine.
sound.
You'll be fine. You'll be
in
fine.
those. You'll be in those circles.
Oh, 100%.
After one of the spots.
Yeah. That's it, yeah. Any chance, lads?
yeah, any chance.
Fancy leaving your dad at home?
No. Bring your dad. I'll carry the bag.
Yeah,
I don't mind. I'm really good. I'm a really good mental coach. If you're ever looking for a mental coach, I don't think you need one. I think I might need you as a mental coach.
Unreal.
Alfie, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the podcast. Before we end, is there anything else you want to tell us? Anything else you want to talk about? You want to shout out anybody? You want to, I don't know, anything else?
Shout out. Mom, my dad already said.
Yep.
My sister, she supports me in everything my sister does, to be fair.
Fair play. How old's your sister?
She just turned 11.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
And she doesn't like, is the spotlight on more Alfie than the sister?
Yes.
And the sister doesn't mind?
She doesn't mind. She just supports me. Obviously, she's a bit upset.
Yeah. Which is fair.
Yeah, it's all on me, but yeah, it's fair. She supports me in everything.
Very good.
Biggest fan.
Very, very good. I feel like your future is almost written in the stars. I'm struggling. Like before meeting you, it's difficult to kind of gauge on what you're like as a kid. I feel like after talking, obviously before the podcast and now on the podcast, it's difficult to tell you otherwise, other than you're winning everything you want to win. And I hope you do it, and I hope you do it the right way. And I just don't see any of the future for you other than pro golf, like
Thank
top
you.
level golf. I can't wait to see you grow. I'm sure we'll be around anyway.
Yeah.
You've got a great family around you. Use them. I mean, you know that anyway, better than anybody. You've got great support, and mate, I can't wait.
I'm already invested in the story.
I
now.
can't
Nice.
wait.
I'm already invested in the story.
Do you know the story of Rory McIlroy's dad and his mates that put money on Rory to win a major in the next 10 years before he was a pro?
Yeah, I do actually.
I'm
yeah.
going to do that with you. So as soon as your name is in the betting website, I am 100% putting money on you to win a major in the
Yeah.
next 10 years.
Thanks.
So I can't wait to see you grow. I can't wait to tell people I know that kid.
We've done an interview with it.
We've
done a
an interview.
podcast with him.
I've got clips.
You'll
I've
be
got
at the Ryder Cup signed shirt, yeah?
Yeah.
remember,
Listen,
right?
I'm not.
Inside the
This is
road.
not an exaggeration. If it's not 2027, it's 2029.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's inevitable. It's gonna happen. You need to believe it. You need to work hard at it. I feel like you believe it. I feel like you're definitely working hard at it. Say no to girls. Say no to alcohol. Say no to everything. Focus on your golf, and your future is endless.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you do, Alfie. Thank you very, very much.
All right.
What are your socials?
Alfie Warke.
We need to change your show. I'm going to have a word with your dad later. We need to change your socials. You need to make your socials short and sweet. Just Alfie Warke or Alfie Warke Golf or something easier for people to find you at. I say that. You're nearly on 10,000 followers on TikTok.
I was going to say, you're making out. He's not got a lot of followers.
No, you're doing okay. But yeah, I'll put all your links in the description below. Please like and subscribe to the podcast. Please go over to Alfie. Show us some
support.
support.
Yeah, show some support.
You're going to want to people watching, people listening to this podcast are gonna, in 10 years' time, when you're winning majors, they're gonna be like, oh my god, I saw a podcast with him when he was 13 years old.
Yeah.
So it'd be pretty cool. Thank you very much for coming on the podcast. We really appreciate you. Nice to meet you.
That's
and
great.
we'll catch you in the next one.
Boom.
Take care.
Yeah, bit.